You can't. Oh, you can hear me. Yes. Thank you.
Good morning, Unity. So great to be with you all. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful. I am 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 grateful. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful. I am 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 grateful. I promise in this moment to keep my heart wide open. With every breath I take, I'm grateful.
Wow. Oh, thank you, thank you. I promise in this now moment, with every breath, to keep my heart wide open. We welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland as we gather on a spiritual journey, on a sacred quest, and an opportunity to say, who am I and how do I participate and be a part of this human tapestry of exploration, of love, of opening. I am still using Charles Fillmore's statement, life is an ever progressive, ever evolving, ever expanding upward spiral of conscious evolution. So if we've said, what is today? What does it mean? Who am I within this day? Is it really important where I am and who I am and where I'm a part? Because I'm just a little piece. Life, our lives, are an ever progressive, ever evolving, ever expanding upward spiral of conscious evolution. That's who we are individually. That's what we are and how we live and we're a part of collectively. And as we join together this morning, I believe we get to breathe in the gratitude of the moment, whether or not it's the moment we want. If you've had any moments this week that you didn't exactly want, I'm just going to invite you to let them be, to say, here I am, Infinite Spirit, and we're going to move within. We're going to move within our heart space, within a willingness to know a larger picture than we may have ever known or understood, and simply to say yes. Let's begin this service in prayer. Mother, Father God, Infinite Spirit, we open. We open to the presence and power within, around, as, recognizing that this quantum field is a vibration of love. I am a vibration of love. And I am a part of that movement of spirit. I say yes to the sacred journey, yes to this sacred breath right now, this moment, and yes to knowing that together Together we hold the collective knowing of humanity. We are all a part of the journey home. And as we gather, we hold that space and that knowing for every being, everywhere on this planet. Those that say, who am I? Where do I go? How do I rise above this or this or this? Or how do I move through this? Right now, we say yes to the movement of the infinite love and the vibration, and the recognition that every being everywhere is a part of the quantum love, the quantum yes, and the vibration of spirit. For this opportunity to gather in this knowing and to invite a larger understanding, we say yes, and so it is. Amen. And so I want to welcome you. I'm Reverend Lisa Davis. I'm here as part of the staff, let's say, the part of the spiritual community, because what we've found is that it takes all of us to create this community. It is every being who's here in this space. It's every being who joins us online as part of our spiritual family, because consciousness does not have a set form. Consciousness is everywhere present. Some of the things that are happening, we have 2 retreats coming up. We have a men's retreat that's coming up the last weekend in October. I would invite you to consider being a part of that. You know, one of the things I've noticed over the years as the men have made a commitment to gather and say yes to that gathering is that they hold each other just as they are, and there's a form of belonging that often men don't get to experience. Belonging, and who really are we as we go through this journey? So that's one of the pieces, and then the women's retreat is the following weekend, the first weekend in November. Again, Karen Drucker will be flying in, and I know Mark is here. He is leading our men's retreat, so it's just this holding of us as beings. And wherever you fall in gender pieces, we just invite you to choose one and to say yes to being a part of this opportunity to recognize there's a connection with all of us, that we get held in that heart of humanity. And that opportunity is so powerful. I don't know if you've noticed it, but after the pandemic, somehow we've realized we got to connect. I got to figure out who am I within this heart of humanity? So those 2 things are happening. There's 2 classes that are both going on and are starting. The first class is Wednesday night. This is the second week for the Claim Your Inner Power. It is a 12 Powers class. It's this seed of self that we're working to anchor ourselves in, do we know how to describe it in ourselves? And how do we live from that place and continually come back to it? So I'd invite you can sign up out in the entryway and put your information down, because otherwise I won't know that you're in the class. It's at 6:30 on Wednesday nights. It's a wonderful opportunity. And then Monday evenings, the 23rd of October, will be the prayer practices and principle. And this is an opportunity to look at some of the basic principles that New Thought and Unity works with, and then also affirmative prayer. And prayer treatment is a way to anchor in our lives our beliefs and our ideas, and holding a larger picture for ourselves. And that'll be Monday evenings, 6:30 to 8:30. You can sign up for both of those. You can sign up for all of those either online or out in the entryway. And Dixie is coming up now and doing the rest of them. So thank you so much. Welcome.
Thank you, Reverend Lisa. Good morning, and happy October again. We have summer today, so this is summer part 2. Our prayer chaplains are the core of our ministry, and I would like for you to recognize them right now. They're willing to pray with you after the service. Lisa and Colleen are with us today. You can pray with them after the service, or we also have prayer requests. If you prefer, you can fill out a prayer request and place it in the prayer box. There's also Dial a Prayer, a message that changes every day. If you need a little uplift sometime during the week, you can phone that number. There are cards with the phone number out in the lobby. And we also have a wonderful meditation with one of our chaplains every Sunday at 10:30 that's held in the chapel. And so if you'd like to have a moment respite and relaxation before the service, consider that. Today is Name Tag Sunday. You might have seen Drew out there in the lobby with her name tags. She'll be willing to help you do a customized name tag, and I encourage you to do that so that we save little stickies every week. The path to membership continues today with membership orientation that is required for all those seeking membership. It'll be meeting in the chapel at 12:30. And there is no Course in Miracles for the next 2 Tuesdays, as Alan will be out of town. Friday night, October 13th, is our monthly drumming circle. I encourage you to join that. I've heard wonderful things, haven't had a chance yet myself, but it's from 7 to 9 p.m. on Fridays, and the suggested love offering is $10. So join us on Friday evening if you can. October Makers Meetup is, and an eclipse watching party is next Saturday, October 14th from 9 to 11 a.m. We might see a partial solar eclipse, and we will be having a chance to make bags that fit a Unity class binder and banners the size of a prayer flag to embellish. Or bring an item of clothing that you want to add some shine to. I'm reading this for the first time, can you tell? We'll have metallic fabric paint ready to paint eclipse images, and the materials fee for that group is $15. Also Saturday morning, the garden team will meet for its monthly loving of our outdoor space, and they're always open to having more helpful hands, so please join if you can. There is a lot happening next Sunday, October 15th. Following the service, the women's group will meet, as well as the 20s to 30s meetup group. And we are pleased to offer once again Pam Martell's second group past life regression meditation session. It was so popular the last time, and so many people loved it and attended, that we're doing it again from 1 to 3 next Sunday here in the sanctuary. Please bring a yoga mat or a towel if you wish to participate, because you'll be relaxing by lying down and meditating. Coming up on November 10th and 11th, our Arts and Crafts Fair, which is gaining momentum, and that will be available at 4 to 8 on Friday night and 10 to 4 on Saturday. The applications for vendors are still available online, or you can apply through the website or through the newsletter website, or pick up a flyer on the table. And I encourage you to, if you know someone who's craftsy, the tables are $40 a piece. Please think of friends and family who might want to participate and be a vendor at this event. We're also going to have a silent auction. Anybody who has something they might want to donate in the way of a gift basket or a stay at an Airbnb, or perhaps cooking a special dinner and auctioning that off. Use your imaginations, and please consider donating to that effort. And that will be part of the Arts and Crafts Fair on November 10th and 11th. And right now, I would like to welcome anyone who is here for the first time. We're happy to have you with us. If you did not receive a welcome packet when you came in, please raise your hand so that you can receive one now. I know there were some new people. I hope you all got welcome packets. There are lots of goodies in there, discount coupons and so on. There's also a neon card on the back, which we would love for you to fill out so that you can be on our newsletter and stay in contact. And there is a red rose sticker on the front that we would love to have you just affix to your lapel somewhere so that we can tell that you're new and welcome you properly. We would love for you to join us after the service downstairs for Coffee and Connection Hour. And I'm out.
Thank you, Dixie. Thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. Beth is on vacation, and Dixie is here. If you haven't gotten to meet Dixie, you haven't lived here at Unity. She is, she is just such a celebration for the different activities we have and the possibilities of service, of saying, who am I and how am I a part and how do I touch the lives of those around us? I do want to welcome all of you who are here, who are here for the first time, or you haven't been here in a long time. I just want to welcome you back and to have you know that wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. We believe every being is on a spiritual journey. They have a sacred process, and they have a reason, a vital reason for being right where they are, just as we do. And as we join together, there's something so much larger. If what you hear here this morning works for you, I'd encourage you to become a part. It makes a difference in our lives as we anchor the realization that we are valuable, that we are whole, infinite, and complete just as we are. If this does not work for you, and if something else would anchor you more, I would encourage you to continue seeking, to find a place that does say, yes, you are, that you are. You know, I am that I am, this essence within us. So we're grateful to have you with us. And we are going to stand and sing. Thank you to our wonderful music team. God is my source.
Source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need, so I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need, God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need, so I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything.
Thank you, thank you. And we just invite you to turn to those around you with a welcome, with a namaste. Just so happy to have you with us today. Oh, yes. During the month of October, we're doing Love in Action, and it's an opportunity to look at ways of serving and touching the community. We have people doing it in so many different ways. So I'm going to invite Dixie back up here as she shares a little bit about Love in Action.
Thank you, thank you. Gosh, I missed you all in the last 10 seconds. As Reverend Lisa just said, this is our Love in Action month, October, where we celebrate all of our opportunities to pitch in and help this community grow and prosper and thrive and stay the vibrant community that we have. So I encourage you all, we will have tables downstairs once again at Coffee and Connection where you can have the opportunity, just check in. You don't have to sign up at that moment, but just check in and see what the various opportunities are and whether something speaks to you and you want to participate. That would be lovely. I should remind everybody that you receive a 25% off coupon for the bookstore the first time that you volunteer. So if that provides a little incentive, yay. It's a nice thing a nice little bonus to get in addition to the joy that you get from serving. And it is a joy and it is a gift. And speaking of gifts, I would like to invite up to the podium Suzanne Mulcahy, who has been with Unity now for 8 years and is a member of our board, and she will speak about her experience as a volunteer.
Thank you. I discovered what it was like to volunteer when I had just completed my freshman year in high school. My father was stationed in Japan at the time, and I volunteered to teach all these children ballet over the summer. It was a great experience, but what really was the high was when I watched them do their performance for their parents. They were so excited and so happy, and I watched them and I was thrilled with their accomplishments. And I felt such joy and satisfaction thinking, I may have made a difference with those children. So I, at that moment, kind of got hooked on volunteering. Ever since then, I have volunteered throughout my whole life. Two places before I moved to Portland, I volunteered for the Hunger Project, and I was chairperson for the Interracial Sisterhood Project. The Hunger Project, by the way, realized when they were working with the developing world that what we need and our essential needs as a human being is 1, to unleash the human spirit. 2 is to know that our lives make a difference. And 3, was to be in positive relationships within a community. And as long as people had that, they began to thrive. So that's what it has meant to me. Now, 8 years ago, I moved to the area of Portland, and it didn't take me long to find this wonderful spiritual center. And the fun part is the minute I came through those doors, it felt like I came home. I can't describe that feeling, but it is overwhelming and wonderful. So I volunteered to work in the office to help the administrative assistants every Wednesday. Then I became a service coordinator, which I do on various Sundays. And for the past 2 years, I've actually been a member of the Board of Trustees. So you can see how much fun I'm having. And I really, truly believe what the Hunger Project said. Being in this community and volunteering and serving has really helped me unleash my spirit. I just feel so blessed to be in this environment. I certainly feel like all of us that are in this community and serving are making a difference. And it is truly amazing to be in these relationships with the community at this spiritual center. I really feel blessed. And I would love to see any of you experience that same thing, the joy and satisfaction of being a part of us. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. I'm so grateful to you and all that you do and all that you do in our world also. Thank you. All right. You know, it's that opportunity to find the sacredness of our lives. It does happen in service. It's one of the ways I was told years ago, service is a path to the infinite, to God. Now, again, when we say God, if your mind goes out there, my big question always to my kids growing up and to others is, where is God? It's inside. Where is God? It's inside. Where is God? God's inside. So we're not looking at something outside. We're looking at an energy field. In just a moment, we're going to move into meditation and move into a time of quieting. And I just invite you, as you listen to this music and the meditation, to remember that it's always inside.
I am here to give and receive love. I am here to give and receive. I am here to give and receive love. I am here to give and receive love, love. I am here to give and receive love.
So now, staying in that beautiful place of receiving, of opening to the love that is created as we gather together this morning to feel the Spirit that moves through each one of us to open our lives, our hearts, our minds, to see the places that we not only can join, but the places that we can receive. For in order to give love, it is important to be able to receive love. So this morning, as we go into meditation, I encourage you to open that place inside you to receive all the love that is in this room and let it grow your heart into something beautiful this morning. It is a joy and a wonder to come together and join in meditation. So as we listen to this beautiful meditation music, I invite you to keep your eyes closed or open them softly and just take in this moment of silence that we have created as a community to go deeper into love and to feel the joy of this time that we spend together. And so I let it be in wonder and delight, and so it is.
I am here to give and receive love. I am here to give and receive. I am here to give and receive love. I am here to give and receive love, love. I am here to give and receive love. Whenever I have hurt in my heart, I ask, what would love do? Whenever I don't know where to turn, I ask, what would love do? Whenever I don't know what to say, I ask, what would love do? What would love do? Anytime that I am stuck in my pain, I ask, what would love do? Anytime that I feel ashamed, I ask, what would love do? Anytime that I can't find my truth, I ask, what would love do? What would love do? Love has all the answers. Love makes no demands. Love will lead me to the truth and help me to understand that life is all about love. When I have something hard I need to say, I ask, what would love do? When it seems another block is in my way, I ask, what would love do? When it seems I can't face another day, I ask, what would love do? What would love do? Oh yeah, what would love do? Love has all the answers. Love makes no demands. Love will lead me to the truth and help me to understand that life is all about love. In any situation, I ask, what would love do? When I am feeling limitations, I have to ask, what would love do? I need to look into my soul and ask, what would love do?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you for your guitar, Mark, and the beauty. And Susan, thank you so much, and all of our singers. By the way, these songs, I believe all of them have been Karen Drucker, haven't they?
They have been.
They have been. So if you want to know what kind of music for the women's retreat, that's it right there. What would love do? How do we hold ourselves in the love that we are? Anybody today wake up and say, I am the love? Okay, we got people, we're learning. I can't say I did right away. I'm getting up early to go walking, and I thought, oh no, not this morning. I can't get up at 6. Well, guess what? I didn't, but I got up real soon. And you know what? We got to find out, who am I? How do I say I'm the love, I'm the life, I'm the energy, I'm the power, I'm the presence? And is there a universe that's supporting us in that? We're in our second week of an 8-week program, and we're using the book Living Untethered, living, whole and infinite and complete beyond the human predicament, because there's a little bit of human predicament around right now. Have you noticed? Has anybody noticed? It's there. And it's inviting us to find a way to live from the essence of who we are and yet step out into that universe. Step out into a world that we may not feel is supporting it. I believe with all of my being that love is the only energy of the universe and that it is actually supporting every step that we take. But boy, do we make it difficult sometimes. We can make it really hard. Or life around us. This comes at us. So last week, and I don't know how far I got into it if you want to know the truth, but last week, what we were talking about in our goal, and if you would like to get this book and follow along with us, it's wonderful. They're really short chapters, and it's fabulous ideas, and I believe it's one of the practices and ways of living that we need to hold in our heart and be able to use as we step into the world today. And so I'd invite you to go with us and to work with us. But last week we talked about, from Michael Singer, but just basically the idea that we're embarking on a journey, and where we're going to end up is accepting the moment that's in front of us and getting out of what gets us off base. Because I have a feeling, anybody in here this week have anything that got them off base? A few of us. I have a feeling it's all of us. That's what we're living in right now. So do we have the tool that allows us to say, wait a minute, I am? There's a self. He calls it the seat of the self. I would call it more, I think I'd go with Gary Zukav, the seat of the soul. It's the essence of who we are. And I know it's divine. I know that we're whole, infinite, complete, and yet we don't always live in that place, because the stuff that's going on out here, we're being asked to evolve. We're being asked to allow information in that we didn't have in our little view of the world. Oh, it's like this. It comes with this. If I'm living in white privilege, and most of us in this space have or are or a part of it, or if I'm living from this space and it comes from this culture and this background, I think this way, we're being asked to open that. And those bounds of what used to be called race, which race is not real, and it's not a construct. And part of what this teaches us is we are the soul inside the body. This is a spacesuit. We've taken it on. We've said yes to it. It's served us sometimes. Other times we'd like to exchange it for another one. But the ability to accept the moment in front of us and to say it's sacred, it's holy, it has everything it needs to move me to where I'm to go. That's where we're moving. And so we get to start, and last week we started with, and Rumi says it this way, and this is not new information, by the way. This is not a new book that will save our lives. But the idea that I'm not what's out there, I'm not my body, I'm not my thoughts, I'm not my feelings, I'm not all this stuff. Rumi said, I am not this hair, I am not this skin, I am the soul that lives within. I am the soul that lives within. So when we realize that's the true essence of ourselves, and that's the journey that New Thought has taken all along, every New Thought tradition, and honestly, every spiritual leader on the planet, every wisdom teacher on this planet has taught the essence of the divine is within you. That is the message. It's been twisted and shaken and all kinds of stuff. And yet, for us, and he calls it the three-ring circus, how many of us stay in the seat of ourselves all day? We just walk through life. I'm the light. You could call it the Christ, the divine. These things are happening. Michael Singer says, literally, it's a 3-ring circus. Things come in. On a daily basis, you're so distracted by external objects that you rarely remain centered within, the conscious receiver of these objects. So we can be the conscious receiver of what's coming into our world. Self-realization. The term for enlightenment that the yoga master Paramahansa Yogananda used means you have fully realized who you are in there. If we spent more of our time saying, who's in here? Who am I? Claim your inner power, the class that I'm working with, that is the object. How can we get so clear on who the essence of who we are is that we don't get pulled out into the things around us? But Michael Singer goes on to say the entire spiritual journey back to the seat of the self is not about finding yourself. Most of us were taught you lost yourself somewhere along the way and we got to find it. Maybe it'll be in this book, maybe it'll be in this idea. It's not. It's about realizing you are the self. That which is within you is whole, infinite, and complete. It is just as it needs to be this moment, and it's sacred. It's holy. And if you haven't breathed that in, I just invite you to breathe in. I am whole. I am infinite. I am complete. I am holy. And this is the essence that we're looking to live with. And he said, now that it's clear you're in there, it becomes reasonable to ask, what do you do in there and what is it like in there? I used to always hear the comment, is it safe in the corridors of your mind? Are you safe in the corridors of your mind? Because a lot of us have learned with our thoughts, with our feelings, to really shake things up. Now, how things get in, so we have a soul, we have an essence. There are 3 ways. Our thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You could have thoughts of fear, and you can simply say, oh, they're there. Meditation teaches us this. We're not our thoughts. That's the monkey mind that, boy, it can have us running on a treadmill real fast, really fast. We're not our emotions. That's the second way that things get in. How many of us have thought, whoa, I just got hit with this. It's fear, it's anger, it's whatever it is, and it's there, and it won't stop. And we think we can't stop it. We are not those emotions. And the ability to step back into the seat of ourselves and just say, wait a minute. I'm the life, I'm the love, I'm the presence, I'm the breath. We're the breath. We're the universe, we're the quantum field. How do we allow that to happen and say, oh, this feeling's there. That's fear. I see you, fear. You're there. But we don't have to be that. But what happens a lot of mornings is that we just pick it back up. Now, by the way, the 3rd way that things come in is through our senses. What we see, what we hear, what we taste, what we touch, what we smell. Our 5 senses. So those are the 3 ways. He calls it the 3-ring circus. And he said most of us spend our lives living in a 3-ring circus. Anybody done that lately? And as we get up in the morning, we just say, that's who I am. I don't have this, I do have that. Boy, I blew that. Oh, my mother, you won't believe what she did, or my father, or my grandparents. And we just pick it all back up and just take it with us when we go through the day. But the truth is, who we are is that soul. We're the presence, we're the light. It's intelligent, it has wisdom, it has answers, it has wholeness. And so what would happen if we shifted? And part of that practice is beginning to look at where we are. I mean, notice your surroundings, the outer world coming in through your senses, your thoughts passing through your mind and the emotions. I mean, it just all comes in. And one of the questions that we often get to ask ourselves is, how's that working? Are we finding peace? Are we finding happiness? Or is there a lot of energy and anxiety? And then you add some news in there, just turn on the news. And what happens? Fear comes up, anger comes up, stuff comes up. And so our journey is to realize, and he said it this way, he said, the one who is seeing is the most beautiful thing in the whole universe. We're the gift of creation. And now we get to say, where does that go? What about the moment in front of us? What do we do? What would happen if when something came in front of us, we could say, not now. This isn't mine. Or if it is ours, say it's mine to do. I am still working with the idea, and I believe that we live in an age of paradox. That means this is true and this is true. I grew up in New Thought, hearing that I am responsible for every thought, that I am responsible for my world, that I have created my world, and in many ways that's true. I also realized as a young woman in my early 20s when I was listed as terminally ill, and I thought, did I really create that? What did I do? That I had to get really clear. We are evolving individually, we're evolving collectively, and we're evolving globally. And I don't know why I was right there, but I finally said no. I'm not responsible for that. In New Thought, they now call that metaphysical malpractice. To say, oh, how did you get that cold? I wonder what was in your thoughts. Or how did you get this? I wonder what you did to bring that into your life. Oh, your family member died. I wonder what you did. That's old ideas. But I had to get really clear. I am responsible every moment for how I respond to what is in front of me. And how do I have the choice? Have you ever gotten so wound up that you just couldn't stop yourself? Anybody? It happens. We can do it put us with family for a little while. We're getting closer to the holidays. And some people, I've heard them like, no, not that. Oh my goodness, this is what happens. What would happen if we could see the moment in front of us and just say, oh, that's the moment in front of us. That's all it is. And what would that look like? Oh, that's not me, because who I am is the soul. So just look at it. He puts it this way. He said, before you disagree, he said, the moment in front of you right now has absolutely nothing to do with you. Now, this is the paradox. That's about as far away from here as we could get. And he said, before you disagree, just look at the moment in front of you. Don't do anything with it. Don't meditate on it. Don't try to be positive. Just notice it's there. Now look to the left. There's a different moment in front of you. Look to the right. There's yet a moment. Another moment in front of you. We can look out here to the street and we can realize there's people in those homes. Their lives are going on. There's moments all over the place. I got here this morning. I parked right out there and I saw that, oh my goodness, some of the Christmas lights are coming off from last year off the bushes. Oh, we're going to have to do this. Oh, someone has put pebbles in the fountain. I wonder if Beth's figured out how to get them out yet, because that's some of the things, I start looking at, oh, did I get far enough away that people can walk up? Anybody have a few moments that goes on while we see these different things? Those are some of the pieces that are in front of us, but they are not us. And I can say little ones, but I want you to think about in your life when we lose someone, when life hits us and we think, I'm not where I need to be. I don't want this. This is not what should have happened to me. What would happen if we could back up and we could say, I am not this moment. I am not, who I am is whole, infinite, and complete. This moment does not change that. And instead just begin saying, oh, this is a moment. The idea years ago that it was so popular with Rumi, out between the ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field, I will meet you there. It's fascinating because the field is where we're going. But we also have to stand in where we are. This week, the last few days, I got the wonderful opportunity to go to Ashland for a couple days, and it was a delight. I loved going and seeing some of the plays. I also got to go to my first Pride Parade. I was so excited. This is Pride History Month, November 11th. I'm already in November, by the way. October 11th is National Coming Out Day, and I'm so excited that we're beginning to say, who are you? By the way, there is no gender in your soul. There is no race. There is no gender. There is only vibration of light. So we got to the parade. I loved it. It was wonderful. It is not anywhere as big as Portland's. In fact, the guy said, you're watching this? I said, oh, I'm so excited, because for the last 20 years, they've had They've had Pride on the weekend that the ministers are all in Kansas City, and so I haven't seen it anyway. But I was thrilled to see it. I was excited. We got down. We walked the end to the end of it. We kind of walked with the end people and walked down there. And then there was this whole group of fundamental churches with megaphones, and they were shouting these statements that I just was like, absolutely not. And it was literally, in fact, there was a man on the corner and there were 4 others there, and he had a microphone. His wasn't as loud, and there were 2 young boys giving them the finger. I won't show you what they were doing, but I realized they were facing him. Other people had surrounded them and were not, and I thought, they're taking this in. And what the guy said, he said, "You were born in sin. You are not worthy of God because you are and he added the word sinner." And I got so angry. I could barely breathe. And here I'd been talking about the moment in front of me and how beautiful it was and how wonderful it was. And I don't usually get upset because I don't need to argue. I'm just like, they're crazy. And I felt sorry usually. Somehow I got so mad because of these boys. I went there and I said, "No, you are whole, infinite, complete, just as you are." And the one guy turns and looked at me and his eyes got really big. And I said, "You are whole, infinite, complete." And then I looked at the guy and I said, "He is whole, infinite, and complete, and so are you. And that is a lie, what you are saying." And he just started louder. And all of a sudden I'm like, I could speak. I have a very good power voice. One of the things I was like, I can outspeak him. And all of a sudden I thought, the moment in front of me, do I really want to get into a yelling match with one of 5 people that are saying these horrible, is that really mine to do? And I just looked at those boys and I said one more time, "You are whole, infinite, and complete, and that is all you will ever be." And I thought, that is not mine to do. But I realized I was so upset. I just couldn't, we walked around, I was like, I have to sit down. We're getting iced tea. And I'm like, why are we getting iced tea? We're getting iced tea. I'm going to sit here. And I realized that it took me a while to get from the moment in front of me, which is funny in a way, but it isn't. I still am just like, how do I change the world? Maybe we do the part that's ours to do. And then we find a way to get back into our center and to stay in our center. Because when I can know I'm the light, I'm the love, then I can share it and know it for another. But I have to handle the moment in front of me. And if I'm willing to, I will find something more. Now, what he says, and boy, I fell right into it. He said, the moment in front of you is completely impersonal. And I was like, no, it's not. That was not okay. That was not how. And he says, nevertheless, the moment in front of you doesn't seem impersonal. It seems very personal. And he said, that is why it can cause you so much trouble. You suffer when the moment in front of you is not the way you want, and you rejoice when it matches your preferences. Oh boy, do we do that. We suffer. And it is very interesting. He said, one of the most amazing things you'll ever realize is that the moment in front of you is not bothering you. You are bothering yourself about the moment in front of you. I was like, what? I want to say that again. One of the most amazing things you'll ever realize is that the moment in front of you is not bothering you. You are bothering yourself about the moment in front of you. Now, I know that there are some major things going on. But when that went through, I was like, so I just bothered myself. How did it feel? I thought, well, there's a lot of adrenaline. I mean, I was literally just like this. And I thought, was it necessary? Well, I don't know. That one, I just thought, I don't know. I stood where I was, I said what I wanted to say, and then I walked away. But the main thing is, we are in a place where we're all a part of creation, but we have to handle the moment in front of us. And Michael Singer's view is that we are a gift of creation. 13.8 billion years it has taken to get from the single small point, this Big Bang theory. We have evolved, and I'm saying that moment is wrong? What if this moment has to happen in order to make the next level of evolution? I don't agree with it. I don't want it to be there. But what would happen if I started saying, I am whole, I'm here to meet this moment. That moment is not me. And I don't have to decide how it is. He said scientists throughout the world pretty much agree on a basic model of creation. About 13.8 billion years ago, there was a giant explosion called the Big Bang. Prior to that, it is thought that all the galaxies and everything within them, all the mass and matter of the universe, fit into a space smaller than one atom. So when we're talking Big Bang, it was a movement. After that, the energy expanding out was so hot that it didn't have any shape or form for about 380,000 years. Gradually, it began moving, and then it went into and created the quantum field. We know that those subatomic particles, such as electrons, neutrons, protons, they were all formed. It was all born from this energy field, and modern science calls it the quantum field. That's what was created. I think it's fascinating, by the way, in the next couple of weeks, there's a huge conference with Rupert Sheldrake and several others on whether or not consciousness is more than just what's in front of us, and it is maybe out there somewhere. Of course, all of the new thought beings and so many others have said consciousness is a part of the quantum field. It is the energy, and there's intelligence in every essence of that. And so, and he goes through, and I would love for you to read it. It is fabulous how he states, this is how you were made. So you are the result of all of these billions of years of what it is, and we've just said, nope, I don't like it. We're doing it with our politics. We're doing it with our so much of our lives or our bodies. And we're like, I don't want this moment to be this way. And I would just invite us to look again and say, what would happen if I said this moment is sacred? We can lose somebody in our lives and it can feel like the toughest thing in the world. But the truth is it becomes a sacred journey if we will meet it and hold it and allow it to teach us. And I believe every other part of our journey will do the same. We are a gift of creation. We came together, and it may look like it's crazy and it may look bizarre and all the other things, but my invitation to every one of us is to say, this moment in front of us, this moment in front of me today is holy. I am not this moment. But the very energy field of the universe that is love is in this moment. It's in me. And I have the ability to hold this space of love. That's who we are. That's where we're going. And the universe will support us if we stop fighting with what's in front of us. And the next part of the journey is acceptance. Thank you. Yeah, he ends that chapter with, a moment in front of you is special. You might just want to practice appreciating it and noticing the effect it has on your life. And I love that concept and that idea. We're going to take time to receive our offerings, our gifts. We're recreating the consciousness of a planet and a world, and we're recreating how we do this and who we are, and what an opportunity it is to do that and to be a part. We don't know how to say, what's the next economy? What are the things that need to happen? But we do get to take this path and this journey and recognize it's sacred, we're sacred, and we're all a part of it. So as we hold our gifts in our hands, and by the way, if you're wondering how to give, there will be a slide up on the for those of you at home that's on there. You can go on our website, and it will be there. It's here. They're on the backs of your seats. There's several different ways that you can be a part of this community and these ideas. I'd invite you to do that. We're going to say our blessing. And it's an affirmation of the knowing and creating of a sacred space around the energy of which we give. And it's divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I get to say that together, and I just invite you to say it to your soul, to the truth of who you are. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
Do you believe what you see? Or do you see what you believe? see the mountains, I breathe the air, I see the good in everything, in God everywhere. I see the mountains, I breathe the air, I see the good in everything, in God everywhere, God everywhere. Do I believe what I see, or do I see what I believe? Do I create my life, or am I letting life create me? Our thoughts are creative, intentions are clear. Let's co-create our good and watch it appear. Our thoughts are creative, intentions are clear. Let's co-create our good and watch it appear, watch it appear. Do I believe what I see, or do I see what I believe? Do I create my life, or am I letting life create me? I co-create my life, I see God's love unfold around me. I co-create my life, I see God's love unfold around me.
All right. Yes, that sacred moment in front of us. You know, one of the people that I watched last night, his name is Fred Richards. Most of you probably haven't heard his name, but he is a gymnast. He's one of the male gymnasts, and he was at the World Championships for the United States. And I want to talk about the moment in front of you just for a moment. But that moment in front of him, he was up for the first time in 13 years for a medal, the World Championships all around. He did his performances. He got onto the last thing. He was in second place. They said, he's got this. And he fell off the apparatus. And so they just said, well, there goes all hope for a medal. And you could hear him. He got off. He redid the whole thing, did it fabulously, got off, went down, and he goes, well, that's the journey. And he said, I'll get up next time. And you could hear it. They just happened to have, somebody's microphone was close enough. They weren't talking to him, and they went on to the next person. I thought, what courage does it take to realize he's worked, they said, since he was 4 years old to get to that place, and he fell off. Well, he was just standing there looking, and the people ahead of him fell off their apparatus and did the same thing, but they didn't repeat the moves. And so he ended up getting the bronze medal. And he looked at it for a moment, and everybody had said, well, he can't get it. Just go, don't worry about it. You did great. You got fourth. We haven't gotten fourth in a long time. No big deal. But I thought that moment in front of him was a disaster. And he said, it's part of the journey. And then when they put the other moment in front of him, he goes, it's part of the journey. Do I deserve this? And he just got up there, and they said, yes, get up there. But I thought, what would happen if we treated all of the parts, and my favorite word is journey, so I thought it was interesting that he used that. But I thought, what would happen if every part of our life was just part of the journey? Because the sacred journey we're on is one of evolution. And we get to see it in action in our youth. Our high schoolers this weekend are away. They're at their retreat, their fall retreat. If you haven't experienced this for the kids, that is a place where they're immersed in a whole group of people saying, you belong, you're part of our world, and we love you just the way you are. And most kids have never experienced that before they get here. So they're away. We're so grateful. What we get to do is be a part of the life and the movement when we create energy fields of love and we surround our youth with them. So we're going to sing our youth in, but I would just invite you to create an energy field into which they walk, because they are the love, they are the life, they are the self.
You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you.
Where'd we go? All right.
Today we had a glass of water and we put a light in it, and we took dye to put in it to show how we fogged up when we did something that we would regret later. And then we put love into it and kindness to make it clear back up so we could see the light better. And the prayer of protection is going to help us.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Eliana. Thank you. Thank you. And we have a wonderful little announcement. Cher is going to share some of the things with you.
Thank you. I'm so delighted to be able to say that our window project is finally finished. 4 years ago, 4 years in the making. And so I want to thank everyone who donated. We still need a few more funds to pay for the rest of the bill on the windows. But shall we count them down? Can we count down?
Here we have people doing this.
3, 2, 1. Let there be light. Woo, woo, woo.
Wow, what a difference.
All right.
Compare that with that.
They are beautiful. And Cher has overseen this project.
Wow.
I wondered why they hadn't.
If anyone has questions about the windows, I'll be downstairs to answer your questions.
Thank you, Cher. And please know this, for decades and decades and decades in this community, the windows falling in was the biggest fear of what was happening. And that was the first thing I was told when I was hired, was the possibility of that. And so seeing that and saying, let there be light, let there be a structure and a strength that will hold all that we need, we are so blessed. Yes, yes, those have not been done, but just looking at the difference and how, thank you, God. Yes, thank you, God, thank you, God. And we are going to stand and sing, Let There Be Peace on Earth. We create that foundation of peace.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we.
Oh, yes, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Please join us downstairs for Connection Hour. If you're interested in becoming a part of the church and joining the church, please, I'll be in the chapel at 12:30. And please know you are a gift of creation. You are the stars. You are the stuff of the stars. We're going to close with our unity prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. We're going to sing our youth out. Have a love-filled week.
I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise, and I shine in the light, yeah, shine in the light, oh, shine in the light, shine.